Okay, first, your report should contain chapter 1, which is introduction. First, brief of your project. The second, brief of project. And the second one is problem statement. Then your objective. Then your scope. Chapter 2. Your background study. It should contain any information. So for example, regarding the pineapples, regarding the machine, okay? Regarding the pineapple, the machine, the existing machine. So any information regarding your project, okay? So relevant or related information. And also should have your product design spec. Even though you didn't do the design from scratch, okay? The design is there, okay? You already given the concept, the ideas, okay? But you have some specific target, okay? Specific target, what you are going to do, okay? For example, the given the output of the machine should be 8 pineapple per minute. That's the performance. So you should have your ID, your target, okay, your target about the machine. So you should write in your PDS, product design specifications. PDS. So 7 to 10. 7 to 10 PDS. Testing audit. Because PDS is like your target, how you're going to fulfill the requirement of fulfill the needs of the customer. So your customer now, okay, even though you are just determined, you are now determined or choosing the components, okay. You are not designing the machine from scratch, but you know who are your who's going to buy your machine, okay. So it's going to buy the machines. So the customer, they have some requirement, they have some needs, okay. So you have to fulfill the needs of the customer by proposing the specifications, okay, which is you have to have something that in your targets. So you have to write your target in the your product design specifications. So after you have chapter 1, chapter 2, and then normally chapter 3 in design process, chapter 3 is product. Normally chapter 3 is concept generations, where you have morphological chart, you have your ideas in chapter 3. So, but in this topic in chapter 3, so you have to let's for example, you already chosen, okay? So as you remember that in design process, once you have concept ideas from morphological chart, then you evaluate your concept, right? So you evaluate the concept using the evaluation matrix. Using the evaluation matrix. So after evaluating using the metric, then you will get the chosen concept. Okay, you get the chosen concept. So that chosen concept will be developed. Okay, that chosen concept will be developed. And after developing the chosen concept, you have the final concept. Okay, you have the final concept. Once you have the final concept, then you do your analysis. Okay. So here in chapter 3, so you have your final. Okay, you have done an improvement. You have done change any features, remove any feature that you don't need. So you have your final. Okay, so in chapter 3, you should have your final sketches of your concept. Okay. After you have your final, then you start your calculation, right? So then you should have your schematic diagram. Okay. Schematic diagram, then you start doing your calculations. Okay. For examples, so from schematic diagram here, you will see you have divided the task, okay, between of you, among you. So it will be clear that who's going which parts. Okay. So then in the next one, start your calculations. Okay. Starting your calculation, you need to start with free body diagram. So for example, which parts, station 1 or station 1 and 2, Ali. Okay, start your doing something. For example, your schematic diagram. This is the overall schematic diagram, the whole schematic diagram. So then start individual work. Okay, start individual. Station 1, okay, should contain free body diagram and any schematic diagram with dimension, uh, any assumptions, or any given information. Okay, before you start your calculation, you need data to calculate, right? So all the information, the given data, uh, free body diagram, schematic diagram. So you should start with this one. Okay. My suggestion: any data put in tables. Okay, make it clear. Then you start calculate. For example, gear analysis or belting analysis, belts analysis or bearing. Okay. After you did all the calculations, you have your results. So after the results, put in the tables, the chosen data, uh, the chosen size, the size of the gears, the size of the belt, the size of the bearing in the tables, in the tables. And then lastly, discussion. This is the individuals. This is the individuals. So I will see the individual work. Okay, this is the group, all the group. So in your report should consist of individual group contribution and also individual contributions. And last chapter is chapter 4, your conclusion or your discussion and conclusion. Last. Okay. In discussion and conclusion, give any suggestion. For example, you uh, you 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 calculated that the size of the gearbox of the size of pulley is quite big, and also the C for the pulley is quite far, and you need to use such a very big pulley. So how you are going to reduce? Because it's not very practical. So it means that after you do all the calculation, the size of your machine is such a very big. Okay. So in order to run your machine, so you need such quite a big V belt, gears. So how you are going to improve? So make any suggestions in your discussion and conclusions. This is a group. Okay, discussion and conclusion is a group. So only individual contribution is in your chapter 3. Okay. Okay, class. So, any question on for your major project? Guideline for the report. Faham tak? Macam mana nak buat report? Lebih kurang je macam you punya, kalau you ingat you punya introduction to design, okay? So, chapter 1, chapter 2, and only chapter 3. Okay, normally chapter 3 is concept generations. So we just keep the chapter 3 concept generation, so we just straight on the analysis. Okay, so there's the same method in the next semester. Next semester, you are in the 4th year, right? So you will have your system design. So system design, the system design is the combination for all introduction to design, drawing, and your any type of analysis. Not only component analysis, even some analysis in fluids. So, but focus on design. So you need to do all in your system design 4533 SEM 45 SEMM 4533. So just the project will be given. Okay, the project will be given. So you need to start from scratch the project until the end. Okay, so you need to generate the ideas, doing analysis, and in order to know to show that your ideas, your calculation is correct. So you have to show using the prototypes. Okay, so this is just a portion of system design, focusing on the analysis here, especially for the component analysis. Ada soalan? Anybody want to share your major project? Korang ada tak kat sini ni? Ataupun nama dia ada? Orang yang tak ada. Ha. Okey. Saya ada bincang tak bila you kena perlu hantar?
Tak ada lagi, Pak.
Belum lagi, okey. Bila you nak hantar? So you punya test 1, bila test 2? Eh. Test 2 saya rasa 30 hari boleh. Week 14. 14. 30. Okay, your test. Pukul 8. That's during your study week. Ini kan? Kan? Study week. Yes. 15. Okay, so Bila plan anda boleh hantar report? Better draft dulu. Better draft. Any suggestion? Draft, then final. Bila boleh hantar final tu je. Final bila hantar. Any suggestion? Ada cadangan. Bila boleh hantar? Ataupun nak saya bagi tarikh. You nak bagi tarikh ke saya nak bagi tarikh?
Sebelum 3 bulan 7 boleh tak?
Sebelum?
3 hari bulan 7.
Okey je, saya tak kisah. Kolektif lah, kolektif. Semua setuju.
Macam mana kawan-kawan?
Final dulu and then draft. Draft biasa mungkin dalam 2 minggu sebelum lah. Draft ni saya akan check format, kemudian kadang-kadang you punya format tu not really good kan. So jadikan you punya report kelang kabut. So saya akan check format. Kemudian mungkin any benda yang kena tambah untuk improve you punya report. That's kalau you nak hantar draft. Kalau you just nak hantar final, okay ya. Kalau you nak hantar draft 2 minggu before final submission. So for the draft, I just read through, then kita discuss lah group by group. Tapi draft janganlah cincai sangat. So draft means lebih kurang 70 to 80% dah siap, nearly finish and according to the format. Okay. So final tu just tinggal add on tambah-tambah sikit.
Doktor,
Hmm.
draft ni optional ke compulsory?
Depend, optional. Siapa yang rasa dia nak hantar, boleh hantar. Siapa yang tak hantar. Tapi kalau nak hantar, 2 minggu sebelum.
Okay doktor, terima kasih.
Tapi kena terimalah markah yang ada. Because that's final. Kalau you rasa confident with your final submission, final reports, okay. Okay, final submission bila? Sebab saya akan letak dalam e-learning. So ada due date dia. So itulah.
Boleh lah Doktor. Agree on 3.
Berapa? 3 hari bulan?
Bila last doktor? Kalau ikut doktor punya.
Saya okey.
Boleh.
Kalau you nak lepas dekat masa exam boleh okey. Tapi jangan takut dia juga ganggu exam you nanti.
Oh,
Kalau you tak ada exam, okey. You kan ada exam, ada paper lagi.
Doktor, kalau before tamat hari minggu final?
Okey, saya okey. Tapi kolektif lah. Semua ada decision yang sama. Waktu exam pun okey. For my side, exam pun waktu exam okey. Tapi kalau takut ganggu je punya final. Nanti you complain pula, saya suruh hantar waktu final. If no complaint, I don't tak kisah, saya tak kisah. Bila-bila pun boleh.
8 bulan ke? 8 bulan 7.
8 bulan 7. Semua setuju?
Semua setuju tak?
Boleh tu, boleh tu.
Setuju.
Boleh,
Setuju,
boleh. Boleh.
Okay. Final submission. Okay, draft ni optional. Siapa yang nak hantar, tapi kena 2 minggu sebelum waktu tu. Kalau 8, you hantar, you kena hantar 2 minggu, 24 saya bagi 26 lah. 26. Okay, 24 lah. Ini optional.
Ada markah tak, Doktor?
Draft? Draft tak ada?
Tak ada.
Tak ada.
Okay.
Tapi you boleh improve you punya report tu saja. Okay. Semua setuju
Doktor,
Ha.
untuk full marks untuk major report ni berapa? 20 ke? Ke 15?
30 saya rasa. 30. Sekejap saya check. Saya rasa 30. Sebab you punya test 30. Kemudian major 30. Assignment 10. 100.
Oh, so memang confirm 30 Doktor?
Ya.
Okay, baik. Thank you, Doktor.
Okay. Pemecahan markah. Okay, untuk major report. Format. This is about the communication. 5%. Then technical work. This is 25%. Kemudian from 25%, okay, technical work ni pecah kepada okay, you punya analisis, setiap analisis kena perlu ada the first source of any source given data, so clearly mention kat situ any assumption. So the first part tu termasuk dalam you punya free body diagram, the first part tu that is 20%. Then you punya method, cara betul, guna table yang betul. This is 60%. Kemudian you punya jawapan. Okay, this is the first part. The first part macam free body diagram. Force. Assumption. Any given data. Okay. So this 60% is your punya method. Okay. Kemudian this 10% jawapan. Last kali this 10% ni, you punya reflection of the answer. Maknanya you punya discussion on you punya jawapan tu. Reflection. Okay, so this you punya, okay, this 25%. 25%. So you punya analysis ni 20%. Another 5% ni you punya all the information lah, you punya PDS, you punya schematic diagram at the beginning. Okay. It's all 5%. You punya sketches, final sketches. Before you do analysis, you kena ada benda tu semua. Before you do any analysis, so you have your final sketches, you have your punya schematic diagram untuk semua dimension yang, kemudian barulah you go for individuals. So this 20% lebih pada individual. So 10% group, 10% in group, and 20% individual. So 5% ni lebih pada dia punya format. Okay, clear. So kalau perlu saya nak justify you punya jawapan, mungkin saya akan contact group by group lah. Selepas you hantar, you just prepare untuk saya justify you punya answer. Mungkin, tapi tak semua lah. Mungkin saya nak justify you punya. So you kena present. Mungkin you kena jawab beberapa soalan saya. Once you have submitted your report, and then need to justification, so I call group by group. Call group by group. Tak semua, mungkin tak semua. Mungkin semua, mungkin tak semua. Okay, anybody, any group want to share? Kalau tak ada, kita end our class today. Okay, just repeat for your major project. Okay, this is the guideline for the reports. Guideline for the reports. So ada chapter 1, letak introduction. Chapter 2, background study. So any related information, so you are doing regarding the pineapple. So letak any information on the pineapple. So the size dia apa semua. So because all the data you will be used in your analysis kan. So all the data should be in your background study. So lastly, in the background study, you have to mention your target of the machine, which is consists of performance, easy to manufacture, how your target life for the machine should be in your PDS. So in chapter 3, so final sketches of the concept, okay, you already have the pictures. Kan, you already dah ada gambar dia, dah ada video dia, you just need to sketch. So seem like that machine is your final, the final sketch, the final design. So before you do your analysis. Okay. Normally final design tu, your final design sketches tu kebiasaannya in your design in the design. So by that your final sketches is the source, becoming the source of your CAD models. Okay, become your CAD model. So start after you have your final sketches. So then you start your CAD models. So here you don't do your CAD model kan, just from sketches. But then daripada sketches tu, so you want to do your analysis. So you just, because sketches, 3D sketches, and clearly label, clearly label the component. This is V-Bell, and then also the final sketches kena ada apa, how it works. And then schematic diagram for the whole machine, 3D, kadang 3D not really clear to show the component. So in schematic diagram, it will clear how it works. Then start your individual analysis. You dah bagi kerja dah setiap orang. So you have 3 or 4, so you need to divide the task. Okay, equally, the best is equally. Try to divide the task equally. So should have bearing, V-belts, gear, bearing. Minimum two or three analysis. Okay, so do your all calculation here, and then you get your final standard, then put in table. So I just refer to table. Your final answer, for example, using the V-belt size. So all the requirement for the V-belt size in the table, and then discuss here. Setiap orang akan kena ada lah dalam chapter 3. So after finish chapter 3, so you move to chapter 4. So just discuss the overall. So overall, either you achieve your objective. Okay, your objective actually doing to determine, you nak determine apa? Okay, you determine the size ataupun the component used. So you have to fikirkanlah you punya objective to calculate. Okay, so that's your objective. Okay, so then you punya draft, you punya final submission 8th of July, final submission using e-learning. E-learning. Saya akan buka one by one. So you need to submit according to the group. Okay, and then this is the marking. Okay, ada soalan?
Doktor,
Yeah.
untuk bahagian sketches, so for the final sketch only yang kita akan present a CAD model. For the before that analysis, all we can use hand-drawn sketches.
Oh, you don't. Oh, yeah, you don't need to do CAD model here.
Okay, Doktor.
Okay. Just hand sketches. Kalau
If
CAD model takes more time.
If we present the final discuss design in a CAD model, Doctor?
Oh, kalau you nak buat, boleh je kalau ada masa. Kalau ada masa. Okay, the most important is your ni, final sketches. Okay, final sketches. Okay, after final sketches ni kebiasaannya detail sketches lah. Detail in the design process, final sketches, you dah buat improvement, you done your improvement. This is your final design. Okay, this is your final design. And then you will detail all your sketches, including your dimension. Okay, so here you don't need such a very detail lah, sebab you don't develop the CAD model. Okay, so at least you have the 3D sketches and rough dimension. That's okay. And then labelkan dia. So in the design process, this is the step after detailed sketches is the CAD model. So you kena buat CAD models. Okay, as a designer, kita ada idea sketches. Okay, CAD models, either you as a designer develop that CAD model or you just give the sketches to the draft woman, okay, to develop the CAD based on your design. So daripada CAD model nanti dia bagi dah siap, finish the CAD models, then dari dimension, complete dimension. Sometimes bila sketches ni dimension dia terabur sikit. Okay, just propose. So that the first is the proposed dimension. So before you do the calculation. So once you have the proposed dimension, then you do your calculation. So your final CAD model sometime will be changed, akan bertukar after you do your analysis. After you do analysis, you for example, fatigue, okay, or static failure analysis. Okay, you do your critical analysis on your parts. The given dimension is very small, so that parts with the proposed dimension cannot support the load. So based on your analysis, it will fail. Then you will you will give either change the materials to increase the Young modulus, or make dimension or change the design. That's why we do analysis, to prove that the performance of your designs is function as required, and also all your structure is can support all the loads or all the forces acting on joint or anything. Okay. Okay, itu saja kelas. Thank you very much. Kalau tak ada soalan, so kita jumpa hari Ahad lah. Ahad minggu depan. Okay, nanti saya Ahad kalau ada discussion on your major project, kita boleh discuss on your major project. I think on Sunday, discuss on your major project. And present something lah. You kena, each group need to present your progress on Sunday. Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you, Doctor.
Thank you, Doktor.
Okay.
Itu dah
Thank you, Doctor.
Thank you, Doctor.